The truth is, you've been avoiding the real you because you know that in order to accept her, you have to let go of who you were. And that feels uncomfortable. It feels scary. But I want you to come in here real close. What you have lost or what you're going to lose is nothing compared to the life that God has planned for you. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Build Your Bold. I'm your host, Dr. O, the Bold Coach, and I have so much to catch you up on today. Life has been lifing, and I honestly am so just overwhelmed by God's grace, by how my life is unfolding in this season and how it's very similar to what you've been going through as well, in terms of so many transitions, in terms of outgrowing spaces and containers and navigating the pain and the stress and the uncertainty and the fear that comes along with not knowing what's on the other side of this chapter in your life, not knowing what God is calling you into, but choosing to step forward anyway, choosing to lean in anyway, choosing to be bold enough to move forward. That is what this episode is all about today. It's about choosing to lean in when nothing else makes sense, choosing to trust in the Lord, trust in that voice that's been calling you higher, and allowing yourself to fully receive everything that is yours to receive, but also simultaneously knowing very well the responsibility of what it takes to redeem it. So for me, this season has definitely been about reshaping and remolding who I am and allowing God to just pluck out everything that's performative, pluck out everything that is proving, pushing, and people pleasing. This has been a recurrent trend lately, from being baptized to ending a nearly 7-year relationship with a person that I thought I was going to marry and have kids with, and also stepping into a full-time leadership position, even though I thought that I would be a full-time coach, content creator, and speaker at this point. All of these things simultaneously are taking place right now, and sometimes you think that life is going to go one way, but in order to get to the level that you want to get to, it's not an escalator. It's not someone transporting you by hand, but it is digging yourself out of a grave that you put yourself in, a grave of comfort and of safety and of familiarity. Sometimes it looks like fighting against who you were and dying to yourself in order to become someone completely new. And I want to tell you that even though who you're becoming is unrecognizable to others, doesn't make sense to the ones closest to you, the goals that you have for yourself lead you to a higher caliber than others can even compute. But none of that matters. What matters is that you have to set your eyes on the goals that you have for yourself. You have to set your eyes on where Jesus is aligning your steps to go. And as long as you do that, as long as you continue to move forward beyond the fear, beyond the uncertainty, beyond the chaos, that is where your next level lies. And it is not easy. It's not supposed to be. Not everybody makes it. But you, my friend, you that's been listening to this podcast for months, downloading and sharing it, you are different than the rest. You are someone that wants more for yourself. You want to be seen as yourself. And you know that you are meant for so much more than what you're doing right now, even in your career, even in the leadership roles that you hold, even in your community, in your church. You've been leading, but you've been holding back. You've been dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. You've been hesitating on taking on roles that stretch you and that go against your predetermined expectations for what your life might look like and for the things that don't necessarily fit into your 5 year plan. This is the time for all of that to be laid to rest. Just like the word says, when you agree to die to your ways of overthinking, your ways of overanalyzing, your ways of resisting your own expansion, the only thing that's left is rebirth, is joy, is peace, is alignment. You don't have to continue being exhausted, putting up a front like you have it all together, putting up a front like you're successful and you're happy with where you are right now, putting up a front like you're bold and you know who you are. But the truth is, you don't. The truth is, you've been avoiding the real you because you know that in order to accept her, you have to let go of who you were. And that feels uncomfortable. It feels scary. But I want you to come in here real close. What you have lost or what you're going to lose is nothing compared to the life that God has planned for you. You're called during this season to lean in, not leap out, lean in. Embrace the change, embrace the uncertainty, embrace the challenges that you have at your new job, embrace the ability for you to let go of relationships that no longer align. Embrace your willingness to move forward as your authentic self and stop caring about what people think, about how you dress, about how you look, about how you carry yourself. This is your time to be bold. Not bold in the sense that you're loud and you're audacious. Not bold in the sense that you're speaking on stages. We're past that now. We've developed more now. We have more depth and oomph to the word bold now. I bet you haven't even realized just how bold you really are. I bet you haven't even touched the surface of how bold you can be. And when I say bold, I mean deciding to show up even when your body is telling you that you've had enough. Like this past Saturday, I hosted a full on virtual retreat. It was like 4 hours long on Saturday. And I had just gone through this breakup and I had nothing in me left to give. But I showed up anyway. And I didn't show up with a perfect mask. I didn't show up behind polished slides. I showed up in my own becoming, in my own season of healing, in my own season of transition, with all of me poured out to about 120 individuals. Vulnerable, raw, and real. What boldness is. It's about learning how to finally surrender the need to be perfect, the need to be loud, the need to be someone other than you. And I know that you've been feeling this pull, this calling to step into this next chapter differently, to finally allow the pieces in your life to align in just the right way because you've been forcing them together in a way that does not fit. If you're in this space right now and you're feeling every word, it's not a coincidence. It's time for us to work together. Go ahead and book a confidence over coffee chat with me. Now, listen, I told you I'm in a season of a lot of transition. And so my container will not stay open for long. So if you're hearing this and you're stepping into your own version of becoming, but you know that God is calling you to do it differently, and He's calling you to move differently, to shift, to make a change, then go down to the show notes and book a confidence or a coffee chat with yours truly. Listen, no matter how you navigate this season, I know you feel it in the air that the world is changing. The political climate is getting worse. Chaos is spread everywhere, and nobody really feels safe with anything. But I invite you to change the source of your foundation this season. Change the stem in which you are choosing to grow from. Anchor yourself not through who you were, but through who you are becoming with Christ by your side. If I could do it, you could do it too. I'm so proud of you. See you in the next one. Bye. If this episode shifted something in you, share with a friend, leave a review, and make sure you're following the show. Remember, your next chapter isn't waiting. It's yours the moment you choose to build it boldly. And if you're ready to step into it with clarity and confidence, head to theboldmethod.co and let's build it together, sis. See you in the next episode. Bye.